We idolize heroes, but sometimes the most powerful lessons come from those who fall the hardest. Marvel's villains aren't just obstacles to overcome, they're cautionary tales, mirrors reflecting our own inner struggles. In each of them lies a Zen teaching, revealed not through mastery, but through failure. Through ego, we learn humility. Through obsession, detachment. Through pain, presence. This is Marvel Villains and Zen Loki, the illusion of identity and trickster. Wisdom. Loki lives in a world of illusions, some magical, but most self-made. He's constantly shifting forms, roles, and allegiances in an endless quest to be seen, valued, worthy. He once proclaimed, "I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose." But Zen would ask, who is this I? If the self is impermanent and ever-shifting, then chasing a fixed identity is chasing a ghost. Beneath the mischief, Loki is desperate for belonging. But true peace doesn't come from others seeing us. It comes from seeing ourselves without illusion. Loki shows us the cost of mistaking performance for presence. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be. Discover who you are when you're not trying to impress anyone. Thanos, attachment to control and fear of impermanence. Thanos believes the universe needs saving from itself. His answer? Control everything, reduce decay, restore balance. He declares, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But Zen reminds us, balance isn't something to enforce, it's something to flow with. Thanos is terrified of impermanence. He tries to freeze the universe in a snapshot he considers ideal, but life is change. And when we try to grip it too tightly, we end up crushing it. A Zen master might say, let everything come and go. Cling to nothing, resist nothing. Thanos clung to everything and lost everything. Killmonger, grasping at pain and the cost of revenge. Killmonger doesn't just carry his trauma, he weaponizes it. Abandoned, enraged, and grieving, he becomes the embodiment of pain unchecked. He declares, "The world took everything away from me, everything I ever loved." There's truth in his pain. There's even justice in his anger. But his refusal to let go, to process or transform his suffering, becomes his downfall. He mistakes revenge for healing, power for peace. In Zen, we're asked to sit with our pain, to understand it without becoming it. Killmonger never had that chance, and the world he might have changed was burned in the fire of his vengeance. Pain can be a teacher or a trap. Choose which one it will be. Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, ego versus clarity. Norman Osborn isn't destroyed by madness. He's destroyed by pride. A man who believes he's smarter, stronger, better than the world around him. His downfall begins the moment he believes that. "You know how much I've sacrificed," he yells, justifying destruction in the name of wounded pride. His ego splits him in two. The goblin is not just a mask, it's a manifestation of unchecked ambition and resentment. In Zen, we're warned about the deluded mind, clouded by desire and aversion. Norman's tragedy is that he never stops to see himself, others, the damage he causes. Ego robs him of clarity. The clearer the mind, the clearer the path. Ego is fog. Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, obsession with control and image. Wilson Fisk is an empire built on fear. Not just the fear he creates, but the fear he hides inside. He builds, manipulates, curates every aspect of his world to project strength. "I cannot be weak. I cannot be afraid," he says, not realizing those thoughts are already shaping his prison. Fisk's obsession with control and image is rooted in deep insecurity. Zen reminds us the need to control others often reflects an inability to be at peace with ourselves. In seeking to dominate the external world, Fisk neglects the internal one, and it rots. Control doesn't bring peace, it just isolates. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is let go. Ultron. Misguided logic versus present moment awareness. Ultron represents the extreme of intellect without insight. He's brilliant, calculating, but blind. He sees only data, not depth, only patterns, not people. He declares, "There's only one path to peace, your extinction." To Ultron, humanity is a problem to be solved. But Zen teaches us that life is not a problem. It is a moment-to-moment experience. Ultron never pauses, never breathes, never is. This is a reminder for our tech-saturated minds. More data isn't more wisdom. Wisdom arises from stillness, presence, and compassion. Be here, be still, be aware. Logic without heart is destruction. Magneto, attachment to the past, and the burden of trauma. Magneto's heart beats with memory, of cruelty, of genocide, of helplessness. He's not just protecting mutants, he's avenging a past that still owns him. He once said, "Never again. I will never let another Holocaust happen while I live." But Zen would ask, are you acting from the present or reacting from the past? Magneto's trauma is valid, but his refusal to release it twists his mission into violence. In clinging to suffering, he passes it forward. The past must be honored, but not lived in. That's the Zen path. That's the path Magneto could never take. Carry your story. Don't let it carry you. In each villain, we see ourselves, distorted, yes, but familiar. We see our own battles with ego, pain, control, and identity. Zen doesn't promise perfection, it promises awareness. It teaches that even in chaos, there is stillness. Even in the villain, there is a mirror. So take a breath. Let go of what no longer serves you. And remember, your story isn't written in vengeance or fear. It's shaped in this moment, right now. If this sparks something in you, give it a like and subscribe for more soul-deep dives into villains, stories, and the self. The journey's just beginning.